Avijit and Oni, if you can share, how did the Air Force came on board? And I have a second part of my question is, we retired, the MiGs were retired last year, right? The last MiGs. How did you shoot those?
So we were one of the very last ones to shoot with MiG-21s. We were very fortunate in that. We also had to actually rush our schedule so that they don't get decommissioned before we shoot the show. As far as the involvement of the Air Force is concerned, they were there from the very beginning, like from the conception of the idea to the story construction, to the screenplays. Everything was sent to a consultant or to actually a fighter pilot in the Golden Arrow Squadron, which the show is about. And everything was vetted by them. Everything went through them. A lot of suggestions came through them. It's also how they walk and talk in the shows has to come from them, because this is so technical and it's such a different space that it had to come from them. So at every stage they were there with us. Even when we were shooting, we had 2 consultants on the day of the shoot, every single day in the base with us, guiding us on how we should salute, how we should walk, what the costumes should be, what the uniforms should be. So in that regard, they've pretty much partnered with us, to be very honest.
Mm-hmm. And if you can tell us about the MiG scenes, and also I was wondering how much CGI or what is real when we are seeing the flying exercises.
Well, everything on ground is real, because we had, as Abhijit said, we were allowed to use the real MiGs, and the pilots who flew it for us, they flew it exactly the way we wanted them to fly, and they were fantastic. They not only understood the MiGs, of course that's their job, they understood cinema, they understood camera, they understood lenses. There are a couple of the AOCs out there who also decided to go take their own cameras up on smaller aircraft to shoot aerial views for us. So it was fantastic to work with them. So that was one part of it. The aerial part, of course, we had our VFX team, our production design team, and our consultants from the Indian Air Force, who worked everything out in terms of the sizing, the scaling of each of the scenes. And we had pre-visualization done on all the flying scenes. Based on that, we created a cockpit which was photorealistic, means every texture, every button, every little meter, the seat was authentic, aged, and exactly the way it's meant to be. And that was put onto a hydraulic stand, which was computerized and which moved according to the way the MiGs would move. And the actors, they all had to be inside, and it wasn't easy for them at all. They had to be inside, and their movements were taught and guided by Air Force pilots. And of course, all the lights which I'd put in the studio, those were programmed to move the way the sun would move. Because you see the jet as it moves, as it slants, the sunlight changes on the characters. So all that was done. And then, of course, the topography, which was created based on the real Kargil, the real heights. Everything that we put in there, it's all worked out, planned, researched, and it's mathematically correct in terms of the distance between the valley, between the 2 sides, the height of the peak, the way the jet's moving up, down. So I think we've tried our best, and I think we have managed to be extremely authentic in the aviation part of it.